We eat a lot of pork chops at my house. In fact, my husband's nickname is Pork Chop. So I'm always on the lookout for a new recipe. And today, Elle's got something to show me.
That's right. We're gonna make a simple and delicious variation with a maple agrodolce sauce. So to make it, we start with a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar.
Ooh, I like balsamic vinegar when it's cooked down because it takes on sort of a round, fruity flavor.
I love it. I love it. And it also calls for a little bit of maple syrup, about 2 tablespoons. And this is 2 tablespoons of minced shallots and 2 tablespoons of golden raisins. Let's get all those golden raisins, all the gold. We need all the gold.
Agrodolce always has raisins in it. I think that's the classic sweet component in an agrodolce.
To finish it off, we have a pinch of red pepper flakes, pinch of salt. We're gonna put this over medium heat. I'm gonna just give it a stir. So once it comes to a boil, reduce heat, then it just needs to go for another 8 to 10 minutes to reduce to about half. And now that we got the sauce going, we can start talking about our pork chops. This recipe calls for 14 to 16 ounce bone-in rib chops.
That's a big chop.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It also needs to be 1.5 inches thick. That thickness and that weight really helps for even browning and also for the longer cooking time.
Right.
So this is also known as an end cut, a center cut, and a rib cut in case you go to the store and they don't know what you need.
Right, it can get confusing.
It can be confusing. So you also need to make sure you have the right cut of meat. And what you need to look for is this large eye of loin muscle. Then you know you got the perfect cut.
All right.
So our 2 chops have already been patted dry and salted 24 hours ago.
Aha, that's key.
It's key. And I only use 1.5 teaspoons per chop of kosher salt. And if the chops are enhanced, you don't need to salt them. So I'm just gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of pepper to these chops, both sides.
Those chops are gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
In my house, that's not a Wednesday night chop. That is a special occasion chop.
And we're gonna start with what we call at the Test Kitchen, cold-sear method. So cold searing is good for a few reasons. First, it allows for gradual and even cooking. It's also good for making sure that the meat on the surface level doesn't overcook and does not buckle.
Oh, the pork chop cup.
The pork chop cup.
I've done that.
I could do without it. So what we're gonna do is start these chops again in this cold pan.
No oil.
Yeah, so we don't need any oil. It's a nonstick pan, we don't need that. And starting with the cold sear also helps us to prevent that hazardous move of overheating a nonstick pan.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Nice big 12-inch nonstick.
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna put them in with one skinny end facing one thick end, 1 inch apart at least.
It looks like yin and yang in there.
Absolutely. I'm gonna turn it on high heat and let it cook on this side for 2 minutes. All right, so it's been 2 minutes and I'm just gonna flip these chops. Now we're getting a little browning, but not much is happening right now. So this will be another 2 minutes and then we'll reduce the heat. Okay, so this is our second flip. I'm going to turn that over.
Ooh.
Looking beautiful. I'm gonna reduce this heat to medium and we're gonna continue to flip them every 2 minutes until they reach 140 degrees and that should take about 10 minutes.
All right. Now, if you're cooking this on an electric stove, the cooking method's a little different, and you can find that information on our website.
Okay, let's take a look at our sauce.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
It looks nice and glossy.
It's beautiful and it smells amazing.
It does.
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna turn it off.
All right, I'll set it over here, give us some room.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna give these another flip. And they're just getting more beauteous by the turn.
They really are.
Yeah, yeah. All right, another 2 minutes.
Okay. Looking for kitchen inspiration on the go? Check out the America's Test Kitchen mobile app. Cook with confidence and take our recipes, reviews, and more wherever you go. Access thousands of fail-proof recipes, equipment reviews, how-to videos, and full episodes of our TV shows. With smart searching, favorites, and other tools, it's your ultimate kitchen companion. Download the America's Test Kitchen mobile app today. So you'd think that lifting the chops out of the pan and flipping them repeatedly would cool down the meat and extend the overall cooking time. But actually, the reverse is true. These chops will cook more quickly. Here's why. In an ideal world, we'd sear the chops simultaneously, both from the top and the bottom. But since we only have one heat source, this flipping method is the quickest way to go. After the chops are flipped, the top of the meat is still hot so that the heat continues to travel downward through the meat. And that happens every time we flip. So the more often we flip, the faster the chops heat through from both sides. So there's no reason to be afraid of the frequent flip.
Okay, so it's been 10 minutes and I think our chops are ready, but I need to make sure that it's at 140 degrees.
They are gorgeous chops.
They are beautiful. Ah, they're ready. All right, so I'm gonna take them out and let them rest on a cutting board for about 5 minutes. Okay, so these chops have rested for 5 minutes, and I think this is probably your favorite part. You look so excited.
I am. I'm really excited to try these chops.
All right, I'm gonna just carve them off of the bone. All right. This is so beautiful.
Oh, goodness.
I'm very grateful for this pork chop. Look how juicy they are.
I know. It's that cold pan start that really makes sure it's good and juicy.
Yeah. Finishing salt sprinkle for you.
Little coarse sea salt.
Little coarse sea salt. And our perfect, intensely flavored agrodolce sauce.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh, you said it clung to the meat in just the right way, and it does.
Yeah, you deserve the best in life. This looks fantastic.
It looks beautiful, Elle. Mmm. That's how a pork chop is supposed to taste.
Yeah.
It tastes like really clean pork. It has flavor, perfectly cooked, pulling it out at 140, so it's tender, it's juicy.
No one would believe how easy this is to make.
Yeah.
It seems like such a complex dish, and it took like little to no time.
And that sauce, that sauce is magic. I really like the combination of the maple and the balsamic vinegar. That's a really clever combo.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to make these celebratory pork chops? Use rib chops that are 1.5 inches thick. Start in a cold nonstick skillet and flip the chops every 2 minutes. From America's Test Kitchen, a killer recipe for pan-seared, thick-cut bone-in pork chops with a maple agrodolce. I can't wait to make this for Ian. He is gonna flip. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you're ready to take your cooking to the next level, head over to americastestkitchen.com and get a free all-access trial membership. While you're there, you can sign up for our free email newsletters and download our app. With unlimited access to over 14,000 of our Test Kitchen recipes and 8,000 product reviews, you'll have everything you need to cook and learn. So I ask, what are you waiting for? Let's make something great together.